Hey, shalom, shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, all honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushua, Ba'ashim, Krakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule and teach well, who also taught us just 100% true. Shalom to the hopeful elect. This is Brother Kasaya, back from the GMS Atlanta Church, back with another quick lesson. And going into this lesson, man, is pertaining to grape. All right, and you know what I mean by grape. All right, I have this article. It says Grapists may have HIV from Greater Manchester victim. All right, and it was a video I had seen. I no longer see that video anymore, so I try to look up the article. And this is one of the articles. I believe there's a more recent one other than this one, but it's all through the spirit, man. You know, Lord willing, this may be edifying. All right, and going into this topic, you know, the Lord, he can judge you, man. All right, this is greater judgment. And although, you know, this is another thing for you men out there, you shouldn't be sleeping with any and every woman. All right, really, you just ought to be really careful, man. There's things that's going on around here, man. Really, you know, that's your thing if you choose to do that, you know. But, you know, there's things that's out here. It's a lot of things that's going on, man. Things are waxing worse. These women are running around as well as these men, all right, and doing what the hell they want to do, all right. So I want to read this article, and we're going to get into the term grape, all right. It says a man who has been jailed for graping a woman is waiting to find out whether he has contracted HIV from her. Richard Thomas was sentenced to 5 years and 4 months after admitting graping the woman at her home in Leah Great Manchester. He knew he was ill, but did not know she had HIV and collapsed when the police told him. Liverpool Crown Court heard Thomas, 27, Sandra Dringham Drive, Leah graped the woman after she had taken a sleeping tablet. His own fault. He said he had been drinking heavily and taking drugs and could not recall the attack, but believed the woman the court heard. Yeah, so ultimately, man, this is all just a spirit, man. I did a lesson the other day on Lord having using spirits for vengeance, man. All right. You know, there's spirits that are created for vengeance, man. All right. And hey, the Lord can put the spirit on you, you know, because all this drinking does is put spirits on you anyway. You know, that's why you go to these places and what they call spirits and wine. All right. Because these drinks put spirits on you, man, as well as all these spirits around here. Any spirit can ultimately jump on you. So, hey, man, you know, that's why, you know, here, you know, ultimately myself, you know, and I'm you know, quit drinking. I've been not drinking, but, you know, staying off drink. But I really don't drink to get drunk. You know, I drink to, you know, for certain reasons, you know, keep me cool. You know, in certain cases and certain things, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that I'm, you know, going through anything. But, hey, man, there's certain reasons we use it. But, hey, ultimately, man, I don't drink to get drunk. And I know most brothers don't do the same either. They don't drink to get drunk. All right? So you have to be careful and mindful of the things that you do. But he was not only on the drink, he was also on drugs. So drugs is another form of, you know, those spirits and those demons jumping on you, man. So you have to be careful and mindful of the things that you put in your body, man. All right. There's reasons why we have certain laws, you know, according to, you know, Leviticus, I believe chapter 23, and you have the dietary laws. All right. You have to be mindful of those things, man. All right. And hey, see, you know, even though I know he's an Edomite, you know, but this guy, you know, he was, you know, the Spirit of the Lord put the Spirit on him. And this is all judgment, man. This is judgment from Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, man. And most time these type of things are reason to be put to death, man. All right. And the scripture talks about, you know, certain laws and certain things when it comes to rape. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the scriptures. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get into Deuteronomy chapter 22. And let's go up some. All right. And Salakia. Let's go back down. Let's start at verse 22. And it says, if a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband, then they shall both of them die, both of them, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman, so shall thou put away evil from Israel. Yeah, man. So if that woman is married, all right, hey, this man, and he lay with this woman and she's not, crying out, all right, it's worthy of death. Okay. All right. Let's continue on. Verse 23 on down is the point. It says, if a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, then shall bring them both out unto the gates of the city, and ye shall stone them with stones, that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife. Thou shalt put away evil from among you. Yeah, man. So, hey, what does betrothed mean? All right, or given into marriage, man. All right, she has a husband ultimately. All right, let's go into betrothed. Let's look it up. So, let me go back. All right, here it is. Salakia. Here goes betrothed. Engaged. All right, betrothed. We can look it up because there's definitions for it too as well. We can look it up in English. All right, enter into a formal agreement to marry. All right, and back then, marriage is not the same as marriage, as Western culture marriage. Marriage in the scriptures is through the act of sex. All right, taking this woman's virginity. Okay, the scripture talks about these things. All right, it also says betrothed spouse. All right, let's go into a spouse. All right, let's look that up. And it says adopt or support cause belief. But if you see in Oxford Merriam-Webster, it says definition of a spouse: marry, to take up and support as a cause. All right. So, hey, man, this woman is ultimately going to be married, man. All right. And because she didn't cry out, or she is married, because she didn't cry out, all right, she has to be put to death too, because ultimately she really just enjoyed it. They both agreed it, all right, to it. All right. If you go into the term humble too as well, let's go into humble. All right. Let's look up humble. All right. Here it is, humble. All right. All right. It says to be occupied. All right. Afflict, oppress, humble, afflict, to be bowed down. All right. And ultimately, man, when you go a little further down, it kind of go into detail. All right. It says you jump down a little further after H6030. It says chasten self, deal hardly with, defile, going to defile. All right. Solely. All right. Mar or spoil. Yeah. Or desecrate. Yeah, desecrate. That's ultimately what he did. He desecrated her flower, man. All right. Also going to, let's read some more. It says exercise, force, gentleness, humble self, hurt, ravish. Now, ravish is the main point right here. It says seize or carry off full by force, fill someone with the intent, delight in rapture. And rapture also great in the Oxford Dictionary, man. All right, so you see it. All right, and that's ultimately what he did. He took her, man. All right, and that's the form of, sometimes, those are the terms of dealing with grape, man. Okay. So let's go ahead and continue on. It says, but if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, it's like, let's jump back up. Oh yeah, they both shall be put to death. Yeah, because this woman is married. All right, verse 25, it says, but if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, and then the man only that lay with her shall die. Yeah, because she cried out. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man rises against his neighbor, she slayeth him, even so is this matter. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. Yeah. All right. So ultimately, when he took the woman, she cried out. So, she wasn't put to death, but this man was. He's going to be put to death either way because this woman is married. All right. Verse 28, it says, if a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, all right, given in marriage, and lay hold on her and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver. Yeah, because the father didn't agree. He ain't approve of this, so he just took matters in his own hands. So he had to come out of pocket. All right, and ultimately he has to keep this woman because that's his wife now. All right, 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife because he hath humbled her. All right, he ravished her. All right, and we went into the word ravished. All right, and ultimately you just put ravished right there because he have ravished her, and may not put her away all his days. Yeah, she has to stay with this man. A man shall not take his father's wife. And that's another point. That's a different topic for a different day. But ultimately, man, this is the type of stuff, that take place, man. All right, when those things happen, all right, men, have to be careful who they lay with. That's why, you men shouldn't be laying with any and every woman. Okay. Ultimately, all these women are technically married. Okay. Most of these women out here in America, especially in America, is married. All right. But we know, we're rehearsing the righteous acts, but we're doing this according to the scriptures, man. All right. So ultimately, we know that when dealing with these things, all right, there's certain aspects of this, man. Although that woman, she that's all just judgment from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. The Lord said he was going to send plagues and pestilence on the earth, man, according to Matthew chapter 24. Now, we know these things are going to come to pass. We know these things are going to happen, man. There's going to be more diseases. There's going to be more plagues. There's going to be more things that's going to ramp up in the planet Earth. We know these things, man. All right. And that's why you have to be mindful, man. That's why the scripture talks about, really just, you not even just dealing with a woman like that, man. Being mindful and being careful because we're in some heavy times. Okay. And ultimately, man, we know what marriage is. Let's get into the word marriage. Let's go ahead and get into marriage. All right. This is Genesis 29 and 23. As a matter of fact, let me grab it in the Blue Letter Bible. Genesis 29 and 23. Let's jump on down. And it says, and it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah, his daughter, and brought her to him. And he went in unto her. Now, what does that mean? Went in unto her. All right. Let's go into that. Went in. To enter, come in. All right. Which is the word bow. All right. Going into, going down. All right. Just going to the strong definition, to go or come. All right. Abide, ply, attain, be, befall, besiege, You can go into besiege. Let's look that up. All right, surround, a place or captured by forces is crowded, oppressively surround or harass, lay siege to surround. All right, bring forth the past. So like it, I don't know why that popped up, but let's continue on. I'm trying to exit out. There we go. Call, carry, to come, doubtless again, employ, enter. All right, befall, and fetch. All right, and vade, laid, lead, lift, mention, pull in, put, resort, run, send, set, stricken. And ultimately, you get the point, man. You know, ultimately, he laid with the woman. All right. I believe the word is really took. Let's go. All right. Mr. Lockyer, bear with me. All right. Oh, verse 23. That's what it was. I'm just trying to get to the point. Took. Take, fetch, hold, seize. All right. Receive, acquire, buy, bring, marry, take a wife. See? All right. So, hey, ultimately what he did was he took her virginity. All right. He laid with her. All right. All right. That's ultimately what it all boils down to. Many mingle, or it says accept, bring, buy, carry away. And ultimately this is talking about Jacob, in which he worked for his wife 7 years, both of them. All right. So he already acquired one of them. So really, ultimately, what he did was he laid with her. All right. Bringing, buy, carry away, draw and fetch, get, enfold, many, mingle, place, receive, reserve, seize. All right. Let me see. Let's go into seize. Let's look that up. Take hold of, suddenly and forcibly. Take. All right. Grab, capture. And that's ultimately what he did. He didn't. And that's another form, like most people would think that that's a form of grape, in which it is, but according to the scriptures, man, in certain terms and certain words can be demonized, man. And it has been demonized here in Babylon the Great, aka America, man, you know? So we understand he really married her. He laid with her and he married her, all right? And it was the same for his other wife. And Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah, his maid, for an handmaid. And it came to pass that in the morning, behold, was Leah. And he said to Laban, what is this thou hast done? Yeah, unto me, yeah. Because, hey, there are certain laws they had followed. You know, you can't give away the youngest daughter before the oldest. You know, hey, there's certain things that have to take place. He really wanted Rachel. All right, in which he did the same thing. He laid with their handmaid and he had kids with them. And he eventually he got Rachel and he laid with her and had kids with her and her handmaid, and so on and so forth, man. And ultimately, that's a form or a sign of marriage, man. You know, having in a form of or an act of sex. Okay. So let's grab Genesis 24:67. Let's grab that real quick. We're going to jump down. Basically, Isaac and how Isaac married his wife. And Isaac brought, ultimately, he was waiting for Rebekah when his servant, his father's servant brought Rebekah to Isaac because Isaac was mourning over his mother. And it says, and Isaac brought her into his mother's tent, mother Sarah's tent, and took Rebekah, and she became his wife. And he loved her. It didn't say anything about dressing white and getting a ring or anything like that. You notice that, man. All right. Now, although back then they did have certain ceremonies between two families when it pertains to wealth and things of that sort, that's how they dealt. But there was other ways of them going about it. All right. And it says, and she became his wife, and he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. Yeah, she was comforted after, he was comforted after his mother's death. All right. And how? All right. He laid with her. Let's go into took. We're going to go into that word or term took. All right. So bear with me. And here's took, which the word for is laqah. All right. It says to take. All right. Also, get, fetch, lay hold of, seize, receive, acquire, buy, bring, marry. See, the point is marry. Take a wife. It's the same thing. All right. It was the same thing we read in 29 with, Jacob, laying with Leah. We see that, man. So ultimately, it's really come down to taking her virginity. All right. And there were certain things that showed a form of marriage. All right. Matter of fact, let's go back to Deuteronomy 22, because there are certain things that they used back then to show that they was married. All right. Let's jump up. Let's jump up. Here it is, verse 13, Deuteronomy 22 and 13. And if any man take a wife and go in unto her, what does that mean? All right, he take a woman and he married, he laid with her. That's how he became, or she became his wife. And hate her and give occasion of speech against her and bring up an evil name upon her. Yeah, talking bad about her. And say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not married, not a maid. Yeah, she didn't have her virginity. All right, she wasn't a virgin when he laid with her. All right, so ultimately he was lying. All right, then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the token of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. Yeah, so they have to show. All right. And ultimately what this man had to do, he had to pay more out of pocket for this woman. All right. But if they didn't find anything, and you could continue reading on in this whole chapter, they didn't find or they didn't have this, all right, the woman would have to be stoned to death. All right, these are certain acts, man, when it pertains to grape, all right, or through the sexual acts. All right. So I just wanted to get in that, Lord willing, I hope this was edifying.